Hi.
Hi guys. I just want to make sure the orientation is correct this time. Sorry about that. I do not know what's wrong with YouTube. I think they just want us to do it like an Instagram format for some reason. I have no idea why. And a lot of our viewers don't like to see it that way. So anyway, so where are we right now? We are in South Carolina at this point. She's actually dealing with another boat right now. And I've got to change my glasses. One second.
Okay.
I just can't read anything.
Where we are is we are about to make our turn into Hilton Head, so we're just north of that, or pretty much just out to sea. I'll show you what it looks like on the map here. Alright, so here is us down here. There's a boat right ahead of us. So you can see that guy right out there.
Zoom in on it.
Yeah, that one. So they were overtaking, but weren't really giving us room to overtake and stuff, so that was a problem. So I had to kind of get around them. So I was feeling with. Oh,
Hi,
hey Sam. Howdy, Sam. So we are here, and we are going to be tootling up here, going around a corner. We're going to be putting in kind of here-ish. It's not a great anchorage-y spot, I don't think, but it's just for overnight. And then we'll be heading out tomorrow for St. Kathy's, right?
I believe so. Something like that. St. Catherine.
Yeah. Aunt Kathy's or whatever it is. So, okay. So that's where we are. Sea State out here today is, oh, see those guys right there? See those kind of big rollers and things? That's kind of what we're dealing with a little bit. We've turned, as you saw, and we're kind of taking these things now a little more on the beam, but we were pounding into these things. This is what our wind looks like. This is so us. Look at that, 0, 0, 0 is the apparent wind. 0, 0, 2.
Predicament said it would be 90 degrees.
Yeah, it was supposed to be on the beam. Oh well. But it's not blowing very hard, only 8.2 knots. And we've got the engines cooking away at, these guys are cooking away at 2200 RPM, both of them. We've got a little bit of current, I think, not a little bit, half a knot against us, but the waves really slow us down and the wind is slowing us down. So we're making 7.2 knots. We hope to get in right there at about 215, 220, something like that, because that anchorage seems a little bit sketch to me. I don't know, we'll have to see. If it doesn't work out, we can go up the stream a little bit. And there's like a river or something there, and find a little better spot.
These day sails require us to get up, probably split about 6:45 to 7:30, and then try to get there by, I'd say about 2:30 in the afternoon.
2 or 3, yeah.
In case, because we don't have much daylight, you know.
Well, and if anything goes wrong, we need an hour to sort it or fix it or whatever.
Yeah.
So
we barely got in last night, and then had to. Well, it just seemed like it was super cold too. We didn't do a live stream yesterday, so.
But it took about an hour once we got there to the time where we actually got there to find our spot, drop the hook, set all that, then come back and shut the boat down. It was over an hour. So that's why I like to get in around 2:30 or 3 and not try to get in, you know, right at dusk. We can help it. So.
But we did make it to Morgan or Monkey Island.
Monkey Island. So that's where we were. Monkey Island was awesome.
It was.
It was great. It's very. First of all, the anchorage is beautiful. It's very quiet and pretty, and there's plenty of space and all that. So that part's good.
Yeah, there was 2 other boats there, and then our buddy boat shut up after us. So there was 4 total, and there was 4,000 monkeys.
Supposedly, you could hear them at night.
Yeah, we definitely could hear them at night, but we didn't see them. Our buddy boat said that they saw their little red butts, but we didn't see them.
So that's where we were. That's where we headed from. That's where we took off this morning, which was just 45 or 50 miles the other direction. So that was pretty cool. That was a nice anchorage.
I definitely want to spend time there again.
Yeah, and it was really cool.
I don't know if South Carolina is, maybe somebody knows, But it sounds, the Reese's macaque monkeys were endangered many years ago, back in the 80s. When I was in college, we talked about it. And I believe that they had a population that they started in South Carolina, which is cool. They have almost 4,000 here.
Yeah,
now.
quite a few. So they've been fruitful and multiplying.
Yeah.
And they're doing the wild thing. It's cold, so I imagine that's all they got to do. Right? Just to stay warm. Makes sense to me. So they're at night you could hear them, and it sounded like there were howlers and all sorts of things in there. It was noisy.
We do have a video.
Yeah, they were pretty cool.
Yep.
The beach has a bunch of signs all along it saying it's federal property and no trespassing. They don't want anyone there. Well, it said federal property.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I think those animals are used for testing for different things, and there's all sorts of crazy going on there. Yeah, I think so. So, anywho, it was fun and uneventful getting out. Pulled the anchor up. A bit of a fail though. My anchor buoy that I made that's supposed to location buoy thing for the anchor didn't work. So I don't know if it got stuck or I think the anchor probably landed on top of it or it got all tangled up. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to redeploy it properly, I hope, when we get to where we're going, and hopefully that will work better. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. So also, I have a carabiner on the end of it that's supposed to go over the hoop, and it didn't. It wouldn't go over the hoop. So I had to put it on itself, and then I think that caused a fuss. So have to look for some better parts, I think, for it, honestly. The hoop's really thick. It's like that big around. It's hard to get a carabiner over it. So trying to figure it out. Anyway, so attempt 1 failed.
Are you guys liking live streams? Like, I mean, do you guys
Yeah, let
like
us know if you like them.
Questions, comments. We have a bunch more day hops till we make it all the way down to Florida, even south of Florida.
Oh, and what did you think of the last video?
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it. It's on sail repair, actually, mostly. And in addition to that, the additional rigging we got done, the standing rigging we got done.
Yeah, Franny had to save me on that.
Yeah.
So where are we sailing from?
Yeah, I think we answered that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was. I think it was a pretty good video. There's a lot. Chuck goes through this great explanation on the sails, and you learn quite a bit. So, like the sail repair. Oh, great! I'm glad you did. That's good because I thought there was some really good info in there about how sails are made and why they're made the way they are, and I was a little worried, because this being a production fluffer Moran, I was worried that the sail was not the greatest quality, but I guess it's a good solid B sail, I would guess. Yep. So good. Well, people are digging it. Okay, good.
I liked it. Good.
Yeah.
Good. Glad to hear that. Yeah. I got stuck on that one. Franny had to save me on it.
Yeah, that's all right. So, we got it out the door, and because we're traveling, it's a little weird, but we spent the last couple of days in Charleston getting that done.
Yeah.
It's been so darn cold. Shoot fire. It's been, well, when we left Charleston, I think I mentioned, maybe I didn't, there was ice on the coach roof. So.
Well, we had a hard time getting so we have a.
Oh, hi, Richard. Richard's from Yorkshire.
Hi, Richard.
Oh, great.
Cool.
You can go to the street and skate.
Yeah, we have our electrical cable, for shore power. It was so cold that I was worried that it was frozen.
No, it wasn't frozen.
It
was
frozen,
just, it gets so hard, so difficult to move, and I've got to coil it up and put it inside one of the holes. And it's, oh my God, you are just struggling with this big dead snake with rigor. It's like bad. So.
It's pretty cold.
Got that thing wound up, but yeah, I went up to clean the front windshield here ahead of us, and so I slipped on the coach roof because it was ice.
It was pretty cold yesterday.
It was pretty darn cold. This morning wasn't quite as bad. We were.
It was 40 something.
Yeah, it was 40 something degrees. And it wasn't quite as cold last night overnight either. Here's a funny thing though. So it got really, really cold in Charleston. We saw everybody putting bags and things over their plants and stuff. But if you're literally right on the water, it's not nearly as bad. It can be quite a bit warmer actually. And out here, it's quite a bit warmer. So let's see. Let me check to see what the temperature is here.
Temperature in the Atlantic Ocean.
No, not in the ocean. We don't have a temperature gauge. Let's see.
Yeah.
So it is 59 degrees.
Wait,
It's 16 degrees in the cockpit.
60?
Yeah. The engine
Okay.
bays are warmer because the engines are warmer.
Yeah, it's almost 100 degrees in the port of Entry Bay. Is that what I just saw?
It's 90 something degrees, 98 degrees, yeah. Sounds right.
And 80 something in starboard, yeah.
So last night, Heidi ran the heat most of the night. She turned it off, but then turned it back on. We cooked dinner. I made pizza. We had the heat on upstairs, all on battery.
Yep.
And the batteries were at about 40%, little less, maybe 39, 38
I did
when we
turn off
left.
the heat about 2 in the morning.
Yeah. And so right now,
I debated whether to turn on at 5 because getting out of bed at 5:30 in the morning with it just freezing is really hard to even get dressed.
yeah, so we're dumping in right now 1,500 watts of solar, which is great. And we're at 58%. We're dropping 65 amps of current in. Let's see if I can show this to you. All right, so
Here, you
it's on my leg.
Oh,
Oh, now it's getting at me about the orientation here. Okay, so sorry this isn't better, but there we go. So getting 1,500 watts of solar on the far right bottom corner there, and on the left, where you can see the current in there, 60 something amps. We're at 58% and doing pretty well. That negative 442 watts is what the engines are putting in. That's the 12 volt system, and including what the 12 volt draw is, which is usually around, it's going to be less than 100 watts. It's actually pretty low. And then we have 195 watts or 200 watts of AC, which is mostly or at least half of that is half of that's going to be our Starlink, which it's still AC, it's still the old big dish. So we haven't upgraded, like everyone's got the fancy pants new one, the little bitty one, and that looks really sweet and everything.
They're much
but
cheaper too, right?
much cheaper, and they use half the power, and you can power them sort of natively by DC, which is great. So 12 or 24 volts from what I see. I don't know much about it, but we paid an arm and a leg for this stupid thing, and so gosh darn it, we're going to use it. It's fine. We'll figure it out. It's fine. But so it turned out to be a nice day out here, actually.
I'm actually, yeah, if it's 60 degrees, it explains why I'm feeling overdressed.
Yeah, so Heidi's got her full coat on. I have just my wool sweater on, took my coat off a while ago. Because it's 60 degrees, and it's not really freezing cold anymore. Sea state has calmed down quite a bit. We're not hammering anymore and slamming, which that's fun.
That's be happy
That's
about
better.
that.
It's a lot more mellow.
I use happy about that.
I don't know. Does anybody have any questions? If you are out in the Atlantic Ocean this afternoon, what would you want to know? Stars were nice last night, for sure. That was pretty cool, but it was just so darn cold that, it's in the 30s. You're like, I don't want to be outside, but it was really nice. Stars were beautiful.
And there's almost always availability at anchorages and marinas when you decide to go south behind everybody else.
Which is what we did. Yeah, slackers. But
We are definitely running late. It's definitely cold, and it's amazing how much availability we have.
But we got the electrical system done, and I think looking back on it, I think that was a good choice to get it done before we left.
I think so.
Because there's a point where it was like, should we just button it up the way it is now? We have the 12 volt up, which is good, but we'd use the old inverter and
Yeah, it would have helped us.
And now the cool thing is that we have complete access to everything on the boat.
We didn't run the generator at all, which I
We
was
haven't
quite
run it yet,
excited
yeah.
about, but we didn't run it last night.
No, there's no need to.
So we saved on fuel
Yeah.
for last night. I think I just saw a dolphin or something.
We might be visiting you. We are going to put in at where we go. We're going to Brunswick. So we're going. Which is it? What's the marina?
We'll be in the same one, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
For Tuesday and Wednesday, we'll be
Yep.
in Brunswick.
So Sam, you need to come say hi.
Yep. So we'll come by and say hey. You can meet our friends on SV Atlas. They're great guys.
Buddy boat.
Our buddy boat.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to it. There's some weather moving in, as you well know. Tuesday it starts, and it's supposed to be windy and crappy and rainy on Wednesday. And then after that, I think we'll head out to
Amelia Island.
Yeah, Amelia Island, and then from there down to Augustine, and then still trying to figure out where we'll go from there and how. Because loving the day sails, so
Yes.
maybe Canaveral.
I like overnight sails if the weather is not frigidly ridiculous. Like overnights, so you can see the
It's
stars.
not too bad. Yeah, it's pretty.
It's not crazy.
It's
like
not the end of the world. Yeah, we can totally do it. It's no big deal.
It's really
We did get a question about the engines we have.
okay.
So, because we're catamaran, first off, we have two engines.
Yep.
They're both exactly the same ish. They're Volvo Penta D260s. So, it's their D2 series. They have like a D1 series, D2, 3, 4, 5. And it's a 60 horsepower. Our particular engine, there's a D255, 60, and 75. Ours is the one in the middle. The 55 is an NA engine, so normally aspirated. The engines are basically the same, and then the 60 adds a turbo, and then the 70 adds more turbo, I guess, or something. I don't know. A lot of people can't find the difference between the two. I think it's more of a tuning issue between the two, the 60 and the 75. Anywho, ours is a 60. They're are they 1.8 liter or 2.2 liters? Forget, they're 4 cylinders. They are fuel injected, but it's an old mechanical fuel injection, so there's no electrics on the engine. It's one of the things I really like about the engine is that if it was to get struck by lightning, as long as you could get the starter to spin or wrap a coil around it and just a rope and just pull it. It just needs to spin. If you can get it to spin, it will start. If it's got fuel, that's it. That's all it needs. So I really like that. A lot of the new engines are common rail, and they have a computer on them, and if that computer gets fried, you're done. So I don't even know if the new Volvo engines must have that as well, but they're still selling these D2 series engines, and we saw one at the Tana at the boat show. I looked in there, and sure enough, there's a brand new D260 sitting in there. So they're still selling.
You can't find parts for them sometimes.
What is that?
I don't know why you can't find parts. They sell these engines that
Who said that?
when we were looking to replace the turbos.
Oh, you can
Yeah.
get them. Sure, I could have ordered them from Volvo. They were $3,000 a piece. So what I do is just look at. I know that Volvo obviously doesn't make the turbos. They're made by a company called IHI, and they're out of Japan. And I just took a photo of the identification plaque on it, and it is. It's a fuel injection. It's a throwback to the 50s. It's like the old Bosch K Jetronic is really what it looks like to me. Except it doesn't have that big air distributor on it. In fact, I don't know how they meter their air, to be honest. Must be all part of the fuel injection unit. I don't know. But so I got the turbos from a company called Parts 4 with a number 4
Parts.
engines
Yeah.
out of England. And they were complete 100% bolt-on. They're exactly the same turbos that were on there before. They were IHI turbos. But Volvo, if you paint it green, evidently that costs another couple of grand for the paint. And I didn't need $2,000 worth of paint. So we just put on actual turbo.
Yeah.
And they work great. So when we were able to replace our exhaust elbows as well. Somebody just left a comment on that video and said it was very helpful, so I'm glad that's
Okay.
working for people. We try to do videos that are helpful. I have kind of a saying in YouTube. It's that if you can't be entertaining,
Yeah, we're not gonna.
for Christ's sake, be useful, right? So I think that that's important for a YouTube video. Otherwise, you're just boring. So
We can be very blunt. I'm
yeah,
sure.
we can be entertaining too.
Yeah.
We can go crazy.
Randy's much more entertaining.
Right.
Right.
Anywho, well, we don't have all that much to say. We just wanted to kind of touch base with everybody today and just say hello. And I don't know, we should be coming in. Oh, and the Coast Guard's going nuts again. So, yeah, I'm turning it down.
Oh, from South Carolina.
Yeah, and
Sorry.
something happened. So, sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, so we're supposed to get in before 2:30, which is great, and it's now 2:24, about 2 hours.
Yeah.
It looks like. So that should be nice. Kind of get out of this bumpy, rolly stuff. Cats will be happy, and see if we can see if we can set the hook. That'll be a thing.
What's going on
So
over there?
just looks like a big wave. You know what Heidi's referring to is. Still there?
Looks like it's hitting something.
Yeah, there's just a kind of a bus going on out there. I don't know. Some white caps or something. I think it's just a
One
rolling
area.
wave. It's a fairly rogue wave. That's what's going on. Okay. We're gonna go around it anyway, so it's gonna be off our starboard side. All right, everyone. Well, this will be kind of a shorter live stream, I think. Unless there's anything else, any other questions people want, we'll go ahead and close it out, and we'll see you in the upcoming days, I'm sure.
I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow.
Maybe we'll do one tomorrow.
I don't know. You guys
Yeah.
can see that.
Let you know how the anchorage went.
Yeah.
So there you go, cliffhanger. So
Yeah.
see how it goes. All right, everybody. Well, have a great afternoon. Have a great day.
Yeah, happy.
And
Today's Sunday, right?
is it? Probably. Yep. Have a great rest of your weekend then.
Right, yeah.
And
Enjoy your weekend.
we'll get to you tomorrow then.
Right.
All right, everybody. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Oh, thanks.